lots of companies reporting earnings, but first on Wednesday, the earnings I'm looking for: Boeing, Ford, Meta, also known as Facebook, PayPal, very important, and Qualcomm. Thursday's earnings: Amazon, Caterpillar, Apple, Microsoft, and Twitter. But let's talk about earnings that just came in after hours as we shoot this on Tuesday afternoon. So a couple different earnings. First, Skechers. SKX is up 6% after hours. They beat on the top line, they beat on the bottom line, and they gave good guidance. Now, along with that, I'm going to give you where I think this one could pop to, probably like $43, which would still be another 8 or 9% higher. Number two, NCR, which is off 15% after hours. Obviously, they missed earnings. Let me look at the 3-month chart. This one could potentially go down to like $26. It's currently $31 after hours. Texas Instruments off 5%. I think that's a little harsh for TXN. I was thinking it would be off maybe like 1.5%. I didn't think their earnings were that bad. So we'll see what happens to that one tomorrow. Chipotle.
Yes, we all love Chipotle.
CMG. Actually, store over store sales were up 9% versus forecasted 7%. They came in line. They beat estimates by a little, and they're up 0.5% after hours. I did look at the numbers from Chipotle. Is one of my longtime favorites because it's a good growth company and it's stable. GM, it's up just under 1% after hours. Earnings came out on that one. Next, Lucid is up 4% after hours. Lucid did not have earnings, but they did sign a deal with Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia has committed to buy 100,000 cars. Now, here's the interesting thing about EVs real quick. The price of the battery is going up to about $6,000 per car because there are so many components. So if you can even afford that, because we see commodities and material prices on the rise. So that's just an interesting fact. Visa came out and they beat, and Visa's up 4% after hours. I thought they might be a little stronger. Now you have the Visa effect on Mastercard, which is up 2% after hours. So again, Mastercard's been one of my trackers lately. At 350 or above, I'm bullish on the market. At 350 or under, I'm bearish on the market. So it's currently closed at 344, which would tell me today was a red day. We obviously know that, but let's see what tomorrow brings. Again, it's up 2% after hours. Microsoft reported, and Microsoft went from down 3% to plus 1%, is currently down 2.5%. Now it's only down 2%. I expect that to get better. I read the numbers on Microsoft. I actually thought it had a chance to be green after hours. So we'll see what tomorrow brings when you're actually watching this. And Google, which is currently off 6%. I'm thinking that might drop as much as like 10% tomorrow, if tomorrow is a bloody day. If not, you might see a reversal into Google, because if we're looking at Google's forward PE, you're still looking at 20, a PE of 20 for a growth stock that usually has double-digit growth. So I'm going to have to read into their forecasting a little more. NVIDIA, Affirm down 2% and 2% after hours. PayPal has earnings coming out. I'm going to see if PayPal follows the trend from Visa and Mastercard, because it's a payment service. If it does, I expect Affirm to react positively as well. Again, I jumped into an Affirm position too soon. Today, I did make money in XLE.
But I exited out too soon.
After I exited out, XLE, the ETF, went up another $1. What could potentially happen as you watch this pre-market? Two things are going to happen tomorrow. Number one, continued selling, right? Because you had Thursday, SPY close at the worst. Friday, SPY close at the worst. Monday, we did have a bounce. And Tuesday was another sell-off today, and it got worse. And at the end of business today, it was the worst that it's been. So let me just share my screen. Why? Because I always talk about different points of the SPY. So when the SPY broke 424 on the way down, I said 420 is the next level. It'll show support. If it breaks 420 on the way down, 416 is the next level of support. Well, we're at 414 after hours. So you guessed it. I want to share the next level of support. The next level of support, let me just open up the SPY, because we're going to have to go back to a 3-month chart. Exactly. I mean, you can see what's gone on the past couple of days. I mean, we were at 444. I said we could retract all the way to 427. By no means did I think we were actually going to go down to 414. 427, 17 points on the SPY, I thought would be a fair retracement, a fair pullback. But the fact that the market threw up on itself a little worse, not a shock. However, let's remember these 2 days. So you have March 8th, and I believe it was like March 11th or something like that, March 14th, right? It was a week later. So on March 8th, the SPY bottomed at 410 and bounced to the higher side. A week later, on the 14th, the SPY went down to 412 in the morning and then bounced high. Now you'll remember the 412, we ended up closing at like 428 that day. So they were buying up the SPY in 412. Now it's 413. So it's likely that the SPY will test 410 tomorrow, and it might bounce. Tomorrow morning is ugly, and Google's off instead of 6%, 10%. I could see the SPY at like 410, 409, 411. And I know there are some buyers at that price target. So we're going to see if the SPY bounces. Keep your eyes open, have your strategy in hand, and know exactly what you want to do.
Don't chase.
Don't have FOMO. And if you're smart, unlike me, you'll wait till at least 10:30 to begin trading. Things settle down and you can gauge the market better.